Once upon a time, in the vast and lush kingdom of Oba, there lived a beautiful yet wicked princess named Uremma. She was known for her stunning beauty, but also for her cruel nature and arrogance. Uremma took pleasure in belittling those around her, especially her subordinates, and she was also snobbish towards potential suitors who sought her hand in marriage. In the grand palace of Oba, there walked a kind-hearted, plump maiden named Nkechi. Nkechi was raised by her mom, a poor widow, whom the villagers knew as Mama Ugo. Nkechi was known for her gentle nature and unwavering kindness, which stood in stark contrast to the princess's wickedness. Uremma took great delight in tormenting Nkechi, mocking her for her weight and making her do the mining menial tasks, all the while showering her with insults and derogatory remarks. On a certain day, Mama Ugo brought some fruit to Nkechi at the palace during her break time, and they were at the palace kitchen when Princess Uremma came in and saw Nkechi eating. She complained of every little thing, and she said to Nkechi,
"Just look at all the food you consume. No wonder you are slow as a snail, and you can't get anything right. It's a wonder you even managed to find your way to the palace gates in the first place."
Mama Ugo shot a disapproving glare at the princess, her eyes reflecting a mix of indignation and concern for Nkechi's well-being. She treated all the servants in that same manner, but Nkechi's case was worse. Nkechi, however, bore these mistreatments with grace, finding solace in her loving relationship with Mama Ugo, the poor widow who toiled day and night to provide for Nkechi. She always encouraged her daughter to remain strong in the face of adversity and to never lose faith in the goodness of the world. Mama Ugo and Nkechi often sat together in their humble home, weaving baskets and sharing stories of hope and resilience. They spoke of the challenges they faced due to the princess's behavior. "Mama, I don't know why the princess treats me so bad, and she says hurtful things to me," Nkechi said as they weaved their baskets. "Do you know what she did to me yesterday?" she continued. "As I was carrying out my usual duties in the palace, while she sat at the palace pool with some servants beside her, I greeted her and was about passing by. Then she said, 'Look at you, Nkechi, waddling around like a bloated hippopotamus. It's a wonder how the palace floors can bear the weight of your incompetence.' The palace staffs exchanged uncomfortable glances. Their empathy for me was evident in their lowered gazes and sympathetic whispers. But Mama Ugo always reminded Nkechi that kindness and humility will ultimately prevail. Meanwhile, in a not so far away village, there was a prince named Emeka. He was quite popular among the women. All the women in his kingdom and beyond wanted a piece of him, and that included Princess Uremma. Emeka was quite a handsome young man. His father was a king. So, it came a time when it was due for him to take a wife. Emeka was advised by his father to go to the neighboring villages to find a wife. So Emeka decided to go seek Princess Uremma's hand in marriage. As Emeka approached the princess and made his intentions known to her, she was overjoyed and always tried to conceal her wicked character from him, but she didn't do a good job at that, and Emeka began to notice her callous nature towards others, which gave him concerns. One day, Princess Uremma, with an air of entitlement, assigned Nkechi the task of preparing a grand feast for the palace banquet. The feast was to celebrate the visit of Prince Emeka from the neighboring kingdom and his royal envoy, and Uremma demanded nothing short of perfection. Nkechi, I expect this feast to be flawless, Princess Uremma said, scowling. The reputation of this palace rests on your ability to execute this task. Do not disappoint me. Hours later, as the feast approaches, Uremma storms into the kitchen, her eyes ablaze with fury. She inspects the dish, finds fault in every corner. "You incompetent fool," she yelled. "Look at this mess. Your incompetence knows no bounds. It's no wonder you look the way you do." Nkechi, visibly hurt, hung her head low, trying to hold back tears as Uremma's stinging words cut through. In a fit of rage, Uremma grabs a pitcher of scrubbing water and tossed it towards Nkechi. "Since you seem to have a liking for filth, perhaps you should drink it. It might teach you some respect for cleanliness," Uremma said, sneering. Nkechi, trembling, reluctantly takes a sip, struggling to fight back her disgust. Uremma, not satisfied with her act of degradation, cruelly tears Nkechi's clothes, leaving her in tatters, and asks the palace guard to forcefully push her out of the palace gates. "Please, princess, I beg of you," Nkechi begged. Her desperate pleas fell on deaf ears as the heavy gates closed behind her, leaving her exposed and humiliated. As Nkechi sat sobbing outside the palace gates, a gallant entourage arrives, led by none other than Prince Emeka. Witnessing Nkechi's distress, his eyes fill with compassion. "What has transpired here?" Prince Emeka asked his guards. "Bring her to me," he ordered. Nkechi was brought before the prince, who with a tender hand wiped away her tears and offered her a cloak to cover herself. Soothingly, Prince Emeka said, "You are safe now. No one should endure such cruelty. You have my word, no harm will befall you under my watch." "Thank you, Your Highness," Nkechi said with a shaking voice. "I never thought I would find such kindness after the torment I endured." Nkechi's heart swelled with gratitude as the prince's compassion mends the wounds left by Uremma's cruelty. This pungent moment became a turning point in Nkechi's life. Meanwhile, the kingdom of Oba was abuzz with the impending ceremony where the princess was to be named the crown princess, a prospect that filled Uremma with smug satisfaction. She reveled in the attention and adoration that came with her anticipated title, further inflating her already overbearing ego. As the day of the ceremony arrived, the entire kingdom gathered at the grand hall to witness the crowning of the princess. The drummers and dancers were in high gear, food and drinks were in surplus. Invited guests, royalties, and dignitaries from all around were in attendance, and the air was dense. And it came the moment of the coronation. Just as the high priest was about to place the royal crown upon Uremma's head, an unexpected turn of events unfolded. The oracle, a revered and mysterious deity, revealed to the high priest that the true heir to the throne was not the wicked princess, but someone else entirely, and that maiden was of the same age as Princess Uremma and was born on the same day, but had a special birthmark on her thigh, and this type of birthmark ran in the royal family. Immediately, Mama Ugo recognized the birthmark and the familiarity of one of such which her daughter Nkechi bore on her thigh. She shouted out from the midst of the crowd and confirmed that her daughter Nkechi bore such a mark. In the middle of the drama that ensued, Mama Ugo revealed that indeed Nkechi was not really her biological daughter, and that as a newborn she was inadvertently switched with another baby in the bustling hospital, a fact unbeknownst to her or her family. But along the way, as Nkechi grew, a spiritualist revealed to her that Nkechi was not her daughter, but she had loved her all her life as her child and decided to keep it a secret. All eyes turned to Nkechi, whose birthmark on her thigh matched that of the royal families, a fact that had long been overlooked. The revelation sent shock waves through the kingdom, and murmurs of disbelief filled the air. Uremma, in a fit of rage and denial, hurled insults at Nkechi, unable to accept the truth that shattered her world of privilege and entitlement. The kingdom was thrown into a state of fervent discussion and the contemplation as the revelation sank in. Nkechi, who had endured so much at the hands of the princess, now stood before the kingdom as the true heir to the throne. The people's perception of her shifted from that of a lowly maid to the embodiment of hope and righteousness. Mama Ugo, overcome with emotion, embraced her daughter, tears of joy streaming down her cheeks. Their unwavering bond had seen them through countless trials, and now it had led them to this extraordinary moment of triumph and vindication. And so, Nkechi was crowned as the rightful princess of Oba, her inherent kindness and compassion shining brightly as she assumed her rightful place. Prince Emeka, now a really close friend to Nkechi, proposed to her, and the two eventually got married in a glamorous and grand ceremony. Uremma, on the other hand, was banished from the kingdom, her arrogance and cruelty leading her to her downfall. With Nkechi's ascension, a new era of prosperity and benevolence dawned upon the kingdom of Oba. The once wicked princess had been unmasked, and in her place stood a true leader, guided by the wisdom instilled in her by Mama Ugo and fueled by the love and support of her people. The moral lesson from this is that we should never treat others badly, and patience and humility is a virtue, and arrogance and cruelty is the beginning of downfall. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.